Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
And glad that you're checking us out here. Continue to stick around on the Neighborhood Network News at 5. I'm Dustin Staples, and all of us here at BTW21, we appreciate your company as always. We hope you enjoyed the weekend. It was a pretty comfortable one out there. I told you those comfortable days don't last long, as you probably noticed today and now coming up the rest of the week. The humidity is going to go up like a roller coaster and stay there for a while. We'll talk more about that as we get closer to the weekend because there's some relief coming our way. We have a lot to get to in a short amount of time. I want to try to make this as informative, but yeah, also quick and timely at the same time too, because we have other programming we need to get on to. So let's talk about our safety tips, because we have a tendency of sometimes forgetting, including myself too. Now let's talk about our car temperatures and our pets. I'm not a personal pet owner. I know Luis has his dog out there, and many of you probably are pet owners yourself, and you want to take your dog out for a nice walk. That's fine. We'll talk about that ways you can safely do so as well. Talk about our car temperature. So over the next couple of days, we're going to see temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, closing in on 100. Our heat index values are going to be over 100 starting tomorrow going through Thursday. So here's what you need to consider. First of all, never, 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 I don't care how long it is, whatever you're doing, don't leave nothing in a car. Not a human being, not an animal, not a baby, nothing, not even yourself. With the AC on, there's, a lot of people say that's still not a good idea too. So if you're towing on a family trip, you're going to the store and everybody wants to go, everybody needs to come out of that car at once and all leave at the same time together. So just keep it out there. All right, enough of my soapbox on that. 10 minutes, let's say the temperatures are in the mid 90s out there. It's already 109 degrees. 20 minutes, 119. You get the trend here. The temperatures get warmer and warmer as the air temperatures are in the mid 90s. Those temperatures are going to feel very, very hot in the car. So these are the car-like temperatures, the temperature in the mid 90s over the next couple of days. Now, 7-second paw test, you're saying, what does that mean? This refers to our fur babies that we love and dear so much. So let's say the temperature is 95 degrees. That is kind of through a random number out there, 96, 97. So the asphalt itself, if you take your hand, put it on the concrete or any asphalt for 7 seconds, if it's too hot for your hand, it is way too hot for your dog's paws. So the temperature is 95, that asphalt's 140, grass is about 105, shaded and 90, and the concrete itself is 125. So it's letting you know that, it's okay to take your dogs for a walk. The best time to do it is early in the morning or really late in the evening after sunset, because that is when our temperatures slowly cool down. Now, talk about our body heat. Average body temperature is 98.6 degrees, plus or minus. If you're 98.7, 98.8, nothing going to hurt you, but 98.7 is okay too, but 98.6 for average body temperature. When you're outside, when you start sweating, a lot of us forget this, the evaporation actually cools you down. However, though, it takes it longer when it's humid, which we're going to experience, and then it occurs faster when the air is dry. So when we're dry and the air is dry, like we saw last week, it takes your body, you're not going to be sweating out as much as you're out and about. Quickly, a few other things too, more things about people's and pets safety tips. Remember, people, when you're outside, cool off. We cool a tendency, like I said, the evaporation through sweat. Remember to wear light, loose fit clothes. Something that if you're out on a weekend, obviously I'm going to show you what I'm wearing. I'm not going to wear just a t-shirt during the weather, but something to this extent, it's real, this blue shade of blue on me, it's not that dark, but something lighter than what I'm wearing here. Obviously, you want to do that. So anything yellow, bright greens, I know orange, and those are attractable colors, particularly for our construction worker. You see them out there with orange and green vest on. That's because that light light reflects and refracts as well. A lot of times when you see people out there in those dark colored clothing, if I were to go outside and stand for 10 minutes, I would be coming back drenched in sweat, because obviously this suit coat I have on here is a lot more darker than what you see on your television because of our lighting and stuff. So if I were to go out there in a whole full suit, I would be drenched in a matter of minutes because of the temperature and the sunlight would be more, I would look more like a sweating pool than I would be anything comfortable inside of air conditioning. So look before you lock. That's for both pets and animals. I told you that. For pets, remember they got a thicker coat. Obviously, a lot of times people have a tendency of just kind of shedding their dog's coat and cutting it out during the summer so they're not sweating it out. And the same thing for haircuts too. If you need a haircut, obviously people go out and about and trim their hair for the summer so they have a shorter hairline and shorter hair so you're not sweating a lot. So think of it as that. So make sure your dog is up to date on its grooming stuff. Be sure to have its toenails, clippers, and all that good stuff. I'm no veterinarian, but I'm just stating facts. All right, quickly go. We got a couple of minutes left. Hot and humid tonight. A mix of sun and clouds, a stray shower is possible. I'm going to run through this real fast because we're running low on time now. Mid 60s and the low 70s, muggy, a stray shower or a storm is possible. Not much of a wind out there, so it's going to feel pretty not comfortable this in the overnight hours tonight. Muggy and hot as you make your way for your Tuesday. Yeah, 98. That is record territory. I was looking back at some record highs. We have to get up to about 102 and 103. We possibly may get close to that, but I don't foresee us actually getting on our thermometers outside here at the station. We may not reach that up that as well. So everywhere, 98, both Ridgeway and Martinsville. Please take extreme caution, limit your time outdoors. I know it's hard for our construction people because they got to be out there. If you see a BDOT worker, public works crew, or a construction crew worker, I have a bit of a homework. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I promise you they'll appreciate you. Get a bottle of water, or better yet, during your lunch break, dinner hour, buy like a 12-pack of water, 24-pack. If you want to be generous, I don't know what you want to do. Give it to them because they will adore you to death because they'll appreciate it. If it's cold or not, a lot of times they prefer it cold. If it's room temperature, I'm sure they'll take it too. So take this seriously because we need to not have heat fatalities here in our area. Thankfully, we have not had any reported. Let's keep it that way. Mid 90s, even our friends here in Patrick County not cooling off as much. Temperatures, heat index values will range between 97 and 104 tomorrow. This is Tuesday, hot and humid. I'm telling you, take it easy out there because it's not worth it working yourself and exerting yourself out in the heat. All right, I got about a minute and a half left. I got to wrap this thing up here because we have other stuff to get to too. All right, break this down real fast. Heat wave in the making over the next couple of days, and that's going to stick around until Friday. Hot, the hottest days tomorrow, still hot on Wednesday. Heat index values on Wednesday could reach highs 105 for some of our areas. Just keep that in mind. Look at our lows though. We really don't cool off much. Thankfully, we do have a bit of a breeze at nighttime. That'll be a benefit with this too. Again, a stray shower possibly late Tuesday going into your Wednesday. So each and every afternoon, do know we could see the potential for a pop-up thunderstorm due to the instability of the atmosphere, heat and the humidity altogether brings a daily chance of storms each and every afternoon. Now you're saying, Dustin, why is there a 20% chance of Friday if you have thunderstorms out there? There's a potential we could see some passing showers and storms going to Thursday and Friday. This, we're all looking at this beautiful number here, 53, 86 and 53. I think we'll take this rather than this almost 100-degree heat here for the next couple of days. So again, a heat wave consists of 3 or more days is considered a heat wave and being meteorological standpoint. So we're definitely going to be out there, a mix of sun and clouds. But again, those daily pop-up thunderstorms, that's why there's just a 20% chance each and every afternoon. Do know first half of the day is always going to be pretty okay. And then it's always that afternoon time frame where that thunderstorm activity does form up and bubble up as well. Better chance of rain for Thursday into Friday. And of course, you've probably been hearing there's a bit of a chatter of a complex of storm systems that's moving in for the Midwest. That'll be arriving possibly mid to late overnight. If we do get any rain, there'll be pop and go storms. If you don't get anything, you may remain dry. Again, that complex of storms is producing some high winds and some heavy showers up towards Ohio, up towards the Great Lakes area. That may impact us, very minimum impacts, if anything, with that. So we got to keep a close eye on that. Right now, marginal risk for Tuesday and then both Wednesday of chance of severe weather. And of course, I'm sure that'll continue for Thursday and Friday. But hey, here's some light at the end of the tunnel. Low humidity, breezy, and comfortable. coming for the weekend. So take care, look after each other. Hot few days are in the making here. I'm going to be nice enough to cover this up because it's pretty not oppressive to look at. Something else you want to keep a close eye on, check on your elderly, keep them in mind. Make sure your pets have enough food and water. If you have to leave them at home, make sure they're in a cool, condensed area. If you have to leave them in a garaging area, make sure it's kind of cool and shaded. Make sure there's a fan, something circulating there. They have enough food and water. If you have to come check on them throughout the day, I would advise you to do that too. If they have to be outside, make sure they have plentiful water and shaded area, because the last thing you need to worry about is you coming home from work and you have a deceased animal in your front yard. Hey, I'm just stating the facts like it is. Hate me, love me, like me. I don't care. I'm sorry. That's enough of that. My soapbox, I'm done here. I promise you. I'm just saying this because I've seen stuff like this happen personally, and I don't rather not want you to go through the same thing that I've had to see as well. Okay, enough of my time here for you. Just look after each other. Don't work too hard outside. If you must go do anything working in the yard, early in the morning before sunset, maybe go to work. You want to get some stuff done before you have to leave, or better yet, later after the dinner hour, so you can enjoy the afternoon. But remember, limiting your time outdoors. Something I also want to make a quick note about: we may see a little bit of some Sahara dust possibly mix in with some of the atmosphere. There's a chance of that is staying out of our area. But again, if you do see some haziness in the sky, that may be just like maybe a 10% of that. The rest of it is just a hazy, milky look thanks to the humidity. And of course, the full strawberry moon is also in effect for Tuesday night. All right.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.